Okay, let me just get this all plugged in. Hello, everyone. What's up? So, let's get right into it, okay? Shall we? Okay, so hi. Welcome to my channel. My name is Alexis Olson. I'm an entrepreneur, business coach, lifestyle coach, motivation coach. I run accountability groups for women who are looking to better their lives, become more healthy and more positive. Not just about weight loss, because that's not everything, but I do help women lose weight too. So today we are actually talking about a very requested video, my first colonic experience that I recently had. So I'm going to answer some frequently asked questions and get into the entire process from start to finish on what it was like and why I did it. If you are someone who's bothered by poop talk or you can't handle talking about poop, then I would strongly suggest that you stop watching this video right now, because we're going to talk about poop. Immediately I knew I was going to do it. I just didn't know when. So I've been really dedicated to my health more seriously than ever in my coaching journey in the last 3 years. Just from being more serious about my nutrition, I've come such a long way from the eating disorders that I had when I first started coaching. That's another video that I can make, but I was basically exercise obsessed, in recovery, ex-drug addict, now exercise obsessed and food obsessed, and then that developed into food addiction and eating disorder, or binge eating disorder. And then I got really depressed, and I was chronically fatigued. I couldn't stop eating. I was stressed. I was just really numb, and I was starting to use food like I had used drugs in the past. So what changed was just a year of just trying to survive and make it through it. And then I think really what changed for me is I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was tired of being on medications because I was just gaining weight and I couldn't stop. So I decided to do the ultimate reset in September of 2016, and I lost 15 pounds, and I finally felt like I kind of snapped my metabolism back, which is what I was looking for. I obviously was looking to lose weight, I'm not gonna lie about that, but the program isn't intended to, it's not a weight loss program, it's for your health. Right? I followed it to the T. The last week was really rough because we were moving from Oregon down to Los Angeles. Some people live their whole lives never doing a detox like the one I did. The right way. I was nutritionally, feeding myself with the right nutrients, which is the proper way to detox, not just fasting or starving yourself or juicing. So it was very scientific and it worked really well. I lost 15 pounds. Meanwhile, I kept seeing my coach post about colonics, and she just got back from Peru, and her husband were doing more colonics. And so I was like, okay, right then and there I got online because I was going to book one, and I found a shop in Santa Monica of this Russian lady who's a doctor. And I made my appointment last Sunday, so today is Wednesday. So last Sunday was my first colonic, and I went there, and 3 days leading up to it, I ate very well. I had no sugar. I had no grains at all, so I was eating paleo. 24 hours before, I made sure to drink a gallon of filtered water with pink Himalayan salt to make sure I was properly hydrated. I tried to do that every day. Doesn't always work out, but I definitely did that time. And I didn't have my Shakeology, so you're not supposed to have any blended meals 24 hours before your first colonic, according to my coach. I just took her advice. Honestly, I didn't even look up what I was supposed to do. I just did what my coach said, and I knew I was gonna get shit sucked out of me. Sorry, that was gross. So I wanted to eat healthy, right? I wasn't gonna eat a bunch of sugar, and what's the point of that? I wanted it to be effective. So that's what I did. Basically, I went into the waiting room, and then I went into, it was like a massage table, and they have this little machine. It's like the hydrotherapy machine, so I guess there's different types of colonics. Mine was a hydro type of one, so where you use water. And so I went to the bathroom and I got undressed from the waist down, and I put like a hospital gown on, tied that thing, went onto the table, laid down flat on my back with my legs up actually, and turned to the side in the fetal position so she could do the thing. So some frequently asked questions I've been getting is, did it hurt? No, did not hurt at all. I've never had anything up there, so I was a little worried it would hurt, but the tube is super small and it doesn't go far up at all. It's like just the tip basically is what it felt like to me, but smaller. Anyway, so, and then in that smaller tube is connected to like a wider one somehow. I didn't look. And, you know, they like clean it and like lube it up. And I don't know, it wasn't weird. It felt like a doctor was doing it. It wasn't weird to me. And so I turned away, and they like don't have you look for a while. The one thing that I would do differently is, because you're not supposed to eat an hour before, so I actually didn't eat anything that morning because I didn't have time. So I don't know if you should eat beforehand. Next time I'm going to, because all I did was drink coffee an hour before and on an empty stomach. So I got there and I was really nervous. Like my nervous system was like, I couldn't really relax because I was all hopped up on caffeine, right? So I wasn't nervous, but she could tell that she thought I was, because my body wasn't relaxing all the way, which I like felt like I was. So that's one thing I would do differently is I would skip the coffee, do it in the morning, maybe eat a little bit of something an hour before you go, just so you aren't starving and you can relax while you're there. So I was trying to kind of slip into a meditation, and that didn't really work. According to her, so one thing about my lady is that she was an intuitive person, so she could clear avoidances, she could tell where pain was in the body. She seemed kind of psychic, and to be honest, it kind of freaked me out a little bit, but whatever. And so she knew about like my shoulder pain that I had, and she totally healed it. I don't know how she healed it. So she was an energy worker, so that was unexpected. The process, the way it works is, you have to like exhale through your mouth, and that's when they slide the tube in your butt. So that was weird. I don't feel like, maybe it didn't go far enough in, I don't know. And what they do is you breathe in and out like that, and then they flush water into your butt. And when you can't take any more, you say release, and then it goes back into the tube, and stuff gets sucked into that tube, and that's how you clear your, anus out, intestines, yeah. So my problem was I couldn't take a lot of water, and that part was kind of freaky to me. Like I said, nothing was painful, nothing hurt, but it was weird, Like I was worried if I took too much water that I could like feel it coming up to here. So that's disgusting. I know that's too much information. So I have to ask her next time if it's okay to take more water, even though I feel really uncomfortable. Because if I can, then I'll totally do it and suffer, just for the whole purpose of getting it over with and cleaned. But I couldn't take that much in, so she thought that maybe I had a block. So I have a block. She told me that I had an infection, whatever that means. She said my body was very acidic because I carry a lot of fat in my lower body, which I was kind of pissed about that because I thought that was rude. But she said if I come to her regularly that I will lose a lot of weight in my thighs and my ass, which I don't really, whatever. I thought that was kind of rude because I like my legs. But, I guess I'm going to lose them is what she said, which I didn't go there to do that. I just want to feel better and help my skin. So I told her 7 years ago, before I started eating super healthy, when I was a teenager, I was always really constipated. So she thinks it was from the years of drug abuse and not being healthy that I still have like toxins that are in there. So she invited me back to come back, and I'm going back probably on Friday. She wanted me to come back the next day, but I couldn't work it with my schedule. So I'm going next Friday. That was my experience. I didn't feel like it was super positive. I didn't feel like a brand new person, but I think it was only because it was my first time. So just like many things, I learned something you have to be very consistent with. You can't just do once, and you have to keep going back and doing. So that's what I'm going to do so that it's fully effective. I know I've like read reviews on people who've lost like 75 pounds from just doing this regularly. So I do believe in it. I do think it's super healthy, because with the American diet and how lacking we are in nutrients, I do believe that stuff can get backed up. I've learned that you're supposed to have a bowel movement after every single meal. So every time you don't have a bowel movement, you know, most Americans only have a BM 3 times a week. So you can see, you know, what happens to that stuff if you don't have a BM. It gets built up in there and just sits there, and that's where parasites grow and like nasty stuff. So you can get all of that out of you. And if you do struggle with obesity, or if you're overweight and nothing's working, I do suggest doing the ultimate reset and trying a nutritional cleanse first, or the colonic first and then doing the nutritional cleanse to keep up with it, because you can't just keep putting crap in your body. That you'll lose weight. You know, if it's really hard for you to lose weight, you have to do weird things and different things, because in our culture, our food system's just so effed up, and even the toxins in the air nowadays are so much more than they were. So be open to trying new things is my advice, especially if you're stuck and you don't feel like a healthy person, but you feel like it should be a lot easier than it is. In my experience, alternative medicine has helped me in that, because I felt that way. So I found that doing things like acupuncture and colonics and detoxes make me feel how I know I should and how I know my body naturally is. Just when it's at homeostasis, I believe my body knows what to do and will support me and take care of me, but I have to do these weird things in order to combat the time and the age that we live in today, and the damage that I've done. And I'm not perfect, right? I eat shit sometimes. I eat crap sometimes. I eat junk sometimes. There we go. So yeah, she did say on a positive note that she can tell that I do eat really healthy. So that was good. And I do, you know, and compared to a lot of people that she sees, she could tell that Shakeology really helps me, because I gently detox myself every single day when I drink Shakeology, because that's what it does, is it makes sure those toxins don't get built up. And there's no other protein shake that's gonna do that, because it's not a protein shake, right? It's full of exotic superfoods that are actually easy to digest and will help get all that other bullshit that you have built up out of you. That's why it has pre and probiotics. But you are able to absorb it. You're able to absorb the other nutrients that you get when you drink Shakeology regular every day for 3 years, like I have for breakfast, because you're healing your body with Shakeology. So that's why I drink it, and it was really rad to see how healthy I was, and that another medical professional could confirm that. So that is my colonic experience and my story. I will update you as always on the next time that I go and our progress on my block or infection that she said I had. So in the meantime, she suggests that I go to an alkaline diet, which is going to be really hard for me, because there's no sugar, there's no meat, mostly vegetables are alkaline, and a few other things. So I'm gonna try to experiment with that, so wish me luck. But thanks for watching. If you guys have any other questions you want me to cover in my next video about this, or if you have questions about the reading that she gave me, or want to join my next fitness group so you can try Shakeology and you can try the fitness programs that I'm doing, or the detox that I did back in September that made me lose 15 pounds, then comment below, or you can email me at, I'll put my email right here, alexasolsonfitness@gmail.com. And thanks for watching. Have a good day.